come on. You better come hang with me. You better come spend time with me. Because I made it a point to come back through this evening because I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and drop a dime on my people. Let me go ahead and just drop some good on my folks. And I had to make sure I did it before 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because I know y'all start watching your shows or you start to wind down. And I'm like, let me catch you before they wind down because anytime something's dropped on my spirit, I'm like, let me go ahead and drop in on my folks because yeah, I know y'all be going through stuff from time to time, and I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna be obedient. So let me go ahead and just swing on through unannounced on a Monday evening because that's what I do. Hey, Jen, because that's what I do. So before we get started, also too, if you want to get on the Super Stomach Shredder membership, put hashtag SSS to get the Super Stomach Shredder membership. That's my supplement line combined with my online workout program, with my meal plan and my accountability coaching. And it just makes you look absolutely amazing. When you put all three together, you have no other. Actually, wait a minute. Let me do my math. Okay, supplements, online, meal, boom. When you put all four together, you have no other choice but to win. But let me give you something good. Let's talk. Let's talk because I want to talk before it gets too late. I want to talk about goals because y'all know I'm all about goals. I'm all about planning. I'm all about being, strategic. That's what it's all about. You just don't win just because you hope and you wish. No, you attack things. You attack the things that you want. So I want to talk about the number one thing that's going to get you to your goals. And I wanted to put this on your spirit before you went to bed this evening. Because again, if I put something on your mind before you go to bed, you'll probably wake up with it too. And everything becomes that much more intentional for the rest of the week. I want to talk about holding yourself accountable. Okay. If you have an issue with holding yourself accountable, throw your hand up, please. I got all my social media networks working all at the same time. Throw your hand up, please, if you struggle with that. If you struggle with holding yourself accountable, okay, throw your hand up. Okay. Here's the thing, and this is where I kind of guilt you. Okay. We can't be having the same dreams and goals and aspirations every year. We can't be trying to lose the same 20 pounds, same 30 pounds as last year and the year before. At some point, you got to become a closer. You got to become a closer. If you watch baseball, it gets to be at the end of the game. Okay, it's the bottom of the ninth inning, and they always bring in the closer. The closer is the person who always finishes the game. Okay, that's what they do. They finish, they close, and that's how we got to start living life as a closer, and not just as a hoper or a wisher or maybe that's for other people and not for me. No, you got to get out of your own way. Instead of talking yourself up out of yourself, talk yourself into yourself. It's time to where you got to say enough is enough. Okay, I'm going to close out those 20, 30 pounds. All the things that I want, I'm going to go after with the expectation of actually attaining those things. If it's that house, if it's that car, if it's that business, if it's that waistline, if it's that number on the scale, you got to believe that you can do it. But then you got to wake up every day preparing to do it. It just doesn't happen every once in a while. Again, you got to show up every day. So stop lesson blocking. Stop holding yourself back. And at some point, you got to ask yourself, and you got to be real honest, and you got to be like, okay, why do I keep sabotaging myself? For myself, sabotaging people, throw your hand up, please. If you're guilty, throw your hand up. You know who you are. If you guilty of just getting in your way, every time you get a little something going, here you come. Here come, oh, or let me say it right. Here comes the life, because people always like to blame life or like to blame devil. Devil busy. And devil like, hey, you know what? I appreciate you giving me all the credit, but really I ain't doing that to you because you be doing stuff to you, but you always give me the credit. And I appreciate the credit, but nah, I ain't fooling with you. I'm fooling with people who trying to do some stuff, who this close to their goal, and I can't let them get to their goal. But I'll let you keep giving me the credit though. Yeah, because that's what you do. You blame everybody else. No, we ain't doing that no more. We're going to attain. But again, you got to get out your own way. That's what you do. And sometimes you got to look at patterns and you got to look at your triggers. You got to know yourself. Like for real, you got to have honest moments to be like, okay, when A happens, this happens. Or if you're a combo person, when A and B happens, then this sends me off the deep end and I start doing this. You gotta be honest with yourself instead of acting like everything is okay. Because that's what y'all do. What's wrong with you? I ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm fine. I'm fine. Be doing all that line. Versus just fessing up to what's wrong and moving on. Instead of holding all of that stuff in, and then you do something that you regret, or you say something that you regret, and then you back at zero again. We ain't starting over. At some point, you got to get tired of starting over. You got to get tired of starting over. Starting over should not be your norm. Get out your way. Get your blessing. You say you want it, but again, your actions contradict the things that you say you want. Because that's what you used to. And you've accepted that. So at some point, you just got to start taking a deep look and be like, okay, why am I doing this? And it also helps, honestly, it also helps when you start writing stuff down in your journal. I'm a firm advocate when it comes to journaling. Sometimes you don't see yourself until you write stuff down. You got to get to know yourself. Before you can get to know anybody else in your life, you got to get to know you first. That's the relationship at this point right now. And I'm especially talking to my singles ministry. I need for you to get to know you first before you get to know him first, because that's half the problem. You get all entangled with somebody else, and it's always somebody else's fault, but it's really you. Because I don't care what relationships you've had in the past, you are the common denominator. And if every relationship you've been in has turned out to be an L, and you're the common denominator, then it's time to stop, and it's time to pause and press the brakes for a second and be like, okay, I need to handle me right now. I need to work on me. I need to see what's happening with me. So let me start right now how I feel daily and have an honest assessment of what's going on. Not that little, happiness stuff. No, this is my current condition right now. This is where I'm at right now. And then when you can learn to be honest with yourself, you can learn to be honest with others. But again, it requires you to become intimate with yourself. It requires you to get to know you. It means that sometimes you got to pull back. You got to pull back the covers and be like, okay, this is what's lying dormant in this here bed that I have not addressed. And you hear me say it all the time, you got to address your mess. Because if you don't, and this has gotten a lot of you who are watching me right now, because you don't address your mess, it bleeds into other areas of your life. Again, how you do one thing is how you do all things. So if you're constantly running, if you're constantly avoiding one area of your life and you don't address your mess, that's how you're going to do in every area of your life. It's not just It's not just the deal of, oh, okay, no, I'm just gonna do this in one area and I'm done. No. So you gotta clean it up. Stop running, start addressing. Stop running, start addressing. So you can have everything that's promised to you. Versus getting comfortable with being this close. Oh, I almost had it. I was almost there. Now we ain't doing almost. We're conquering moving forward. But it's going to require you to put your big girl drawers on, your big girl panties, and and be open and honest with yourself about what's going on in your life, knowing that any and everything that you don't like, you can change. Can we agree? So again, your homework moving forward, hold yourself accountable. Start writing out the things that you want. Start writing out the things that you need, expecting to attain those things. And also when you write stuff down, I want you to be honest with yourself and actually put in your journal, it's nobody but me. I'm in the way. I'm in the way. The reason I don't have what I want is because of me. And so when you can start accepting responsibility for yourself, not only can you acknowledge that you're the problem, but you can also accept that you're actually the solution also. You're the problem and you're the solution. When you work on the problem and the problems that's on the inside, then you can become the solution. You can become the hero of your own story. It's called the hero's journey. And that's what you're on. You're on your hero's journey. I want to see you win, but it's going to require you to clean house, starting with yourself. Can we agree? Can we agree? We working on us. We're improving us. We're taking hard looks at ourselves. But we're going to move forward and we're going to get better. We're going to improve. Your life is going to look different 6 months from now if you stay focused for the next 6 months. That's all you got to do. Know what you want to do. Stay locked and loaded on the stuff that you want. Because again, the longer you look at it, the longer you work on it, the more you give your attention to it, the closer you get, and then ultimately you attain it. And that's how it should be. But you got to stay focused long enough to get your blessing. So let's do just that. So that's what's up. So love y'all. Have a great evening. Again, if you want to hop on the program, put hashtag SSS to get the super stomach shredder membership. Check your DMs and all that other good stuff. And let's lose this weight. Let's get you snatched. And again, the goal is for you to have the sexiest spring and to have the sexiest summer of your life. Again, that's what we're going for. We're going to shut down rooms. We're going to stop conversations because that's what we do. But again, we're going to walk in confidence because again, that's what's lacking. When you don't look at yourself honestly, it don't matter how bad I build you. If your mind ain't right, and if you hadn't cleaned up your past, then that past stuff will override all of that fine you got going on. That's why we're working on your total package. Again, we work on every phase of you, not just pew, pew, pew. That's easy. We're working on the total package, the total presentation, being absolutely flawless. But it requires work, and I'm here for it. So let's go get it. Love y'all. Have a great evening. Be good. Go.